I want to leave a legacy of innovators and inspired people and leaders, because again, being now a part of the Grammy society, I just want to show people nothing is impossible from where you at. You just gotta want it.
We're back with another edition, rendition of City Boys. Um, we are in downtown High Point. Um, that's where this is the home of City Boys. Um, we gonna take it on the road though. We got other businesses that we rock with that we can patronize and introduce
Yeah, for
and
sure.
they'll become our sponsors.
Yeah.
Um,
Most definitely.
because they getting the airplay and we like we generous over here. We givers. In more ways than one.
More ways.
If you don't know what I mean, then go catch some of our previous episodes. But these men are generous. You ain't gonna ever encounter these guys and they're not benevolent.
My God, today.
Yeah.
Let's I want to jump into this question. This really just kind of talk about like what we want to mean to society, our families, our circle, our community. When you hear legacy, because all of us are um, now 40 and up.
Yeah.
So we're coming up
Mm.
on that spectrum where we're getting close to having more years behind us
Mm.
than in front of us.
Woo!
Yeah.
That was deep. Ooh,
Man.
man,
You know,
hit the.
what does legacy mean for you now? Um, what would you like to be remembered for as who? What does that mean to you?
Man. Man, that's
Mm.
oh man, when you think about legacy, man, we probably should start with this first. When you think about for me, legacy, man,
Like, do you just want to be remembered as DJ Tito?
nah, because I'm so much more,
Right.
so much more than just DJ Tito. But I want to kind of be, remembered by like the things that I've done, the people that I've helped, you know, um, guided. I think that my daughter is my legacy because I'm putting everything that I have into her. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm putting everything into her. And if it go the way that it should go, I leave before her. I want to make sure that when she talks about me, or anybody talks about me or encountered me, they I was known for being real. If I can help you, I help you. And the fact that, he always loved to indulge the crowd.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's good. Pierre.
I think just the impact that I've made in people's lives. Um, I think oftentimes, um, for the most part, people look at their children
Hmm.
or their jobs or what have you as their legacy. But I think it's the impact that you've made on the people's lives that you've touched while you were here on Earth. I think now more so than ever, I'm most intentional about the time I spend with people, uh, the words I speak into people's lives, um, and just anything that encompasses making a memory, because ultimately your impact is your greatest legacy. Because I remember at my mother's funeral, I didn't even know all those people knew my mom,
Mm.
but it was the amount of lives she had impacted while on this earth. And I think at that point, that we were looking at purpose being fulfilled in the flesh. So for me, it's the impact that I leave on people's lives. I always want to, now again, being more intentional, I always want to leave people better than I came to them.
Do you?
Hmm.
I know we had kind of ventured to this question before. have a desire to leave a legacy in your seed?
I'm gonna have a kid.
You have a desire.
I'm gonna have a kid.
Yeah. Okay. Gav, what does it mean to you?
Uh, Man, first of all, it means a lot to me. But I think the legacy I want to leave is I inspired, I made future wealthy people.
Mm.
Um, my grandkids uh, were able. I would love for them to be spoiled rotten because of the things I was able to achieve.
Right.
And even whoever my partner is, I want them to say I left a legacy for not just being a great partner, but people saw that and they were affected by how I treated that person.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I think I want to leave a legacy of innovators and inspired people and leaders, because again, being now a part of the Grammy society, hallelujah.
Yeah.
I think I just want to show people nothing is impossible from where you at. You just gotta want it.
Yeah.
And I think I know a lot of people that I've been showing that to. So
Yeah. That's
you know what I
good.
mean.
Um, you mentioned grandkids. Do you have a desire to have a mini Gav?
You know what? At this point, no. But if it happened, I wouldn't be mad at it.
You don't
But
think you over the hump?
you know what's crazy? I think right now I ain't tripping off of
He
it.
enjoys humping, so
You probably would have to go more towards the PYT to fulfill that.
Yeah, and then I mean, like I said, I'm not doing older again. But not as a wife. No, I'm never doing.
I understand.
But I think for me right now, the the grandkids and stuff that I have, that's gonna have to be legacy enough. And then you know what I mean. I'm not gonna do it, but because I know what he want to say. I birthed a lot of great talent
Right. Right.
that I already feel like
I got you.
a father figure to a
got
certain
you.
degree.
I got you.
Shut up. You know what I mean?
You know what he really wanted to say?
What?
Don't do it.
I made you. So why, in fact, would I play you?
Right. He's made so many.
Yeah.
He's made so many.
Yeah. He said I got seed out there.
For sure. I happen to be one of those seedlings. Like, I tell everybody, this is my OG. Gav put me on. If it wasn't for Gav, I think, people wouldn't know about that. So I can speak to his legacy being a part of it. This man has already paved the way for so many greats, man. And so many people came up under Gav's tutelage. It's like, honestly, as it pertains to music, like my career, I owe it to him. Just because, coming up, it was, I was in church all the time. I'm a church nigga. As much as I try to not be that, that's who I am.
Yeah.
And this man single-handedly gave me the opportunity of a lifetime, which, has opened the door to so many other things, even me being a solo artist, and he's helped so much in that career. So it's just Gav's legacy, I think is cemented, whether he decides to have his own children or
I got you. Shaw.
not. We out here.
That's what's up.
For
That's
sure.
what's up.
I would rather for other people to speak about me than me speak about myself, but it's
Mm.
very important, just because my mom taught me to leave people better than I found them.
For
And
sure.
through that, I've helped a lot of people, not for my own selfish purposes,
Mm-hmm.
but just because I saw something in them, and I learned that from somebody seeing things in me,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so whenever sometimes I see more in a person based off of what they're doing. I'm like, you can go bigger, and versus just talking about it, help them, put your hand in there, And I want that to be my legacy, that I wasn't a hater. Like he didn't have to be in the front; he could be in the back, and be effective, for somebody else and for other people, especially even for children. You know, that's really a big thing for me, as far as just showing other people that they can make an impact in young people's lives just by being an example. So that's kind of what I want my legacy to be, is that I help people and leave them better than I found them.
Everybody should have a Joshua,
Yeah.
or many of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
With you. Uh, Speaking of, you kind of answered this, but do you think how important is mentorship to you, and do you have one?
Now I don't. I really don't mentor people as much anymore because I don't like to be bothered with. But it's just true. But when I did, I had this saying: I should be able to be a bum on the street, and from what I've taught you, you should be able to walk up to me and not give me 20, not give me 500. You should be able to give me a couple racks and be like, "What is you doing?"
Yeah.
That's the kind of mentoring or the things that I put in place with artists and producers that I work with, where your success, like I should be watching you do exactly what I did,
I got you.
better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I look, it was important with this Grammy stuff, not to boast, but to say now I should see everybody that work with me, not under me, work with me, beside me. They should win 10
Yeah.
and 15.
Yeah.
It's I was put on this earth when it came to the music part just to give a push. I wasn't better than most people. I just knew what they didn't know.
Yeah.
I had to push that most people didn't. I knew when to be a tyrant.
Yeah.
That was it.
Do you have a mentor now?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Shaw?
Yeah. So I mentor a lot of people, and I love doing it. And I have a mentor. I have several mentors.
So you think it's valuable for people?
Very valuable. It's a very important.
Yeah.
You know, just for you to grow. You know, as a personal, because what happens is you end up mentoring people, but who mentors you? You know, you pour into people, your cup gets low. Who pours back into you?
Yeah.
So mentors do that for me. You're a mentor.
Yeah.
You know, to me. You know, so and you're younger than me.
Right.
But I can tell you certain things, and you can actually help. You know, shape my mind, my process, the way I think about things, and and encourage me and inspire me to just continue to move forward. So I think everybody needs a mentor. You know, that understands them, understands what they do, and then encourage them to push forward and continue to grow.
You know what? And I'm gonna do that in the next couple of weeks. I have never sat down with Matt.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like we holler,
yeah,
we talk, you know, certain things, but that, you know what?
Yeah.
I had that to my
good.
mentor
That's
group.
good.
Okay.
Tito?
Yeah, I think that's truly important, right? I've been a mentor to so many. I have so many people walk up to me. If it's from running operations and developing people, from what I do on my day job or whatever, right? And being there so long and the ranks that I've went through to get to where I'm at, you know, it's a testament for a lot of the cats that's coming behind me. So I find people in my office like, hey, I just want to talk or want to know what I know from running an operation and things of that nature or whatever, right? And it's funny when I'm at like the local Walmart or Food Lion and somebody walk up to me and they got their whole family and say, hey, that's my boss right there, right? Man, this man did this, did that. It feels really, really good because I helped him, you know what I mean? And taught him something or whatever, right? And then me being mentored too, which I think that's truly important because I have several mentors, right? And you're definitely one of them, Mac. Like you somebody that I look at and I see how you move. And a lot of the times, right, we may not talk, but I'm watching.
Right.
I'm watching. You'll say things, you drop a lot of nuggets or whatever, right? And just from the nuggets that you drop, I take, I keep or whatever, right? But I have a mentor right now that's in place that I do talk to frequently or whatever, right? That's really kind of, you know, pushed me through the crevices or whatever, right? To get me to see, you know, from a business standpoint and then also just helping me with seeing it from a different, out of a different lens or whatever, right? So yeah, I think that everyone should have a mentor or be mentoring somebody because there's always somebody watching. Because these guys right here, we sit on platforms
Right.
and we're looked at, right? Like, believe it or not, right? If, as long as we're doing things good, people are cheering. They applauding.
Yeah.
The minute we do something bad, here come the negative tabloids, right? So we're always on the showcase. So we have to look at it that way.
That's good. Here.
Uh, I was told here recently that I needed to be careful of how I presented myself because people
Watch.
are looking at me and people are watching me. As far as mentoring, I don't feel like I mentor people per se, but there probably are some things and some ways that I carry myself that people, um, I don't know, like to, just put into the mix of things of what they do.
Yeah.
Having a mentor myself, um, I had one, but then I made some decisions on my own in my life, and I didn't like the result. So I knew that, I didn't want to go back to my mentor and be like, well, hey, I just messed this up. The funny thing is, I ran into him after I made some of those decisions, and the only thing that he could do was ask me, how are you doing, though? Like, are you good? Are you okay? And I think that just spoke to his character. Um, so as far as mentoring, man, I just try to live my life the best way that I can, um, and hope that, you know, I leave people better than I found them, and that I impact their life in a positive way.
So you're not like Anthony Edwards, who like, man, I ain't trying to be no role model.
Nah,
Don't put
I
that
mean,
pressure on me. Find
nah.
somebody else.
Cause Charles Barkley has also said that he's like, I'm not a role model, like I'm not this, I'm not that.
Right.
But it's like, yo, like when you have a platform and when you're on a platform, it's almost an innate thing, whether you want it to be or
Yeah,
not.
that's who you are.
It's just who you are. It's like
Yeah.
you have been blessed to have this platform or have this space where you are seen by the masses, or you are, you reach the masses in whatever capacity that is, whether it's, worship team, whether it's whatever it is that you do,
Yeah.
you have the ability to reach the masses in that capacity, and I think that that's mentoring, in a
Um,
way.
the climate of the world that we're in, how safe, how comfortable do you feel with your vulnerability as a man?
It's unsafe.
Really?
It is unsafe out here. It is guard your next season. I say that because
Dang. Woof.
it's guard your next season because um, more times than not, you have to find out who has ulterior motives. You have to um, find a community that one will allow you to be vulnerable and not be judgmental of your vulnerability. And I tell people all the time, I place such a high price tag on my vulnerability that the moment you can't pay it, I'm out. Um, and paying it
A big cost.
a big thing.
Yeah.
It's just the small things, the attention to detail, really with me. And I've always placed a high price tag on my vulnerability, is because I don't show everybody that side. Like,
So you feel like you mask it hard.
for sure. Like I tell people all the time, a lot of people know Brandon Pierre. Very few people know Brandon Allen. Now, essentially, they are the same person because I am
Right.
myself. But I allow the masses to get to know Brandon Pierre because essentially,
Right.
that's what I want y'all to know.
You when you walk out your house,
Yeah, I'm Brandon Pierre. When I'm in those moments where, I'm not answering the phone, or I'm not talking, or I just want to be in my own space, I'm Brandon Allen. And very few people know Brandon Allen.
I got you. Till.
Yeah, man. I mean, for me, I'm very vulnerable. I live my life openly. Like City Boys came at the perfect time. or whatever, right? Because I was going through so much and it was hard for me to deal with myself. So this been more of a comfort, and then the fact that we rock with each other made it even better because it made a brotherhood. So I am different when I'm home. Like I always say that it's never a dull moment, but it's depending on what that may look like to you. So what you see is what you get from me. Um, when I'm at work, I'm at my day job, right? Um, I don't really reveal much of who I am from a personality standpoint, only because I keep that kind of guarded. I feel like I give them, I've heard somebody tell me one time, don't give them all of you, because then you won't have nothing for yourself or whatever, right? So I'm very cautious on how much I give, just because I don't want them to, like you say, have a motive to come back with, to get me with, because I put everything on the line. Now, when I'm home, oh yeah, I'm Tito Bennett all day long. In the community, I'm Tito Bennett all day long. And then when I'm in the DJ mode, right, like, yeah, that's that just alter ego, the crazy one. But I like for like this right here is my safe zone. Because this, I look at you guys as family. This is my safe zone. So I'm able to be, Tito, all of me right here.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm vulnerable. I got a lot of different hats that I wear, so I can't be vulnerable in every space. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to just be a straight shooter and be what is required of you at that moment.
Yeah.
But as a barber, it really allows me to hear these other people be very vulnerable, and then at that point, to help them,
Yeah.
I can be vulnerable, right? But I made a lot of mistakes like that. It's kind of what you were saying as far as showing people too much, because someone recently sent me a text about Trump, and they was talking about how he reduced or took away the money that goes to small businesses and minority businesses, and he was like, I hope that you got it like that, brother, because you definitely ain't getting it from your president. I'm like, I voted for Kamala. Like, what are you talking about, right? But and then he went on to say, your legacy means nothing. He said, when you're ready to do the real work, you might want to bring somebody like me aboard. So now I kind of got offended a little bit, but
I
I
would have got offended.
understand
Yeah.
a little bit because I've been through this before where people just attack the thing that you're doing from the purest space.
Yeah, absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
When you finally know that you have a purpose,
Yeah.
and somebody on the ground level come and attack you,
Yeah.
you know the enemy using you. When I
Yes.
see this person, I'm going to ask him, why you let the enemy use you like that?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so I feel like you can't, as a man, you can, but you really can't. I think that it's very dangerous in 2025 for men. You get, even on a physical level, talking about from women,
Yeah.
Other men,
Yeah.
everything, society, the police. Is just a very, very dangerous.
It is.
Time for us.
Man,
you said a lot
And
right
there's
there.
no protection
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be protected.
So the climate is not, accessible for vulnerability.
Yeah,
It's not the
nah.
best time. It's not the best
Yeah,
time.
nah. That's why it's guard your next season for real.
Yeah. Gav?
Man, I hate this question. I hate hearing y'all say this stuff because I'm one of the ones. I have, to a certain degree, I've learned the art of using vulnerability to win and to yeah. And I think in the past 3 years, I've been the most vulnerable, especially with a person, or if I really care about something. My people, my friends, my tribe don't expect me to be strong. It's just to a certain degree. I don't need you to deal with that part of me. But what's happened because of that, it's put me in a very dark place. I'm talking like dark, dark.
Yeah.
If I really be honest, for a year I have been walking around in a dark, 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 dark place.
Yeah.
So what I did was, like they said, maybe this isn't, and just thinking about everything, maybe this isn't a year to be vulnerable. So what I started to do, if I can't be vulnerable, I get rid of
Right.
people,
Yeah.
things, everything. I just changed my bedroom 3 days ago. Like I just started throwing away things and people because it's like I can't be emotional right now. I can't. So it's like, you know what? Might as well just get rid of and start over again and get new.
Yeah.
That's always kind of been my thought. So to hear y'all say that it hurts, and at the same time I get it. Since I'm such a God believer, I don't really worry about the Trump thing, but I do get what you're saying because at the end of the day, everything that we got to deal with as black men, this is going to be a tough time.
Yeah.
I just happen to be a superior black guy, so I know what we gonna be able to pull off. But no, I wish I could be more vulnerable. I do.
So with that, you hit something. Um, let's go a little bit to the deep end of the pool. Um, racism. Have you guys dealt with that in your life, in your fields, in your industry?
Yeah.
And what do you think about it now? With it being with the commander in chief, kind of making it for some people okay and cool to be, uh, against African Americans.
You know, I'm almost to the point now. Bring back segregation. Bring it back. Because at least y'all leave us alone.
No.
Yeah.
I believe in segregation, but not yet. Not yet.
My thing
You
is,
believe in segregation?
Yeah, I believe that we would be okay by ourselves. The only thing that scares me about it at this point in time, I feel like we'll be in this room or at this table,
and they know we all in this room,
and they gonna bomb.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the only thing I'm scared of. In this,
for sure. But for me, my
But
thought process is
there's segregation already.
try to operate without us.
This man just did a documentary that was segregated. Well, nothing but niggas in it.
What you mean?
I mean
The GO joint.
Yeah, the GO.
Oh,
I mean, it's also at the HBCU.
So what? To your point, they know what GO is.
Yeah.
They know we all there at that moment, that time.
I think they feel the way they feel because it's more of them that's leaving and more of us that's showing up. As far as babies being born and a race is, we're literally seeing our counterparts diminish at a great number, and they're grasping at straws, which is why he wants to do the things that he wants to do now. As far as racism, man,
It don't bother you.
nah, cause I feel like the worst thing you could do is call me nigga. Like that's your
That's all you got.
big joker. Like that's your big joker. That's it.
That don't bother you.
Nah, not as much as it used to. I used to be like, yo, I wish somebody would call me nigga. RER. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm on the head.
Yeah.
But that was when, Jerry Springer had the Ku Klux Klan on the show, and we was watching it before school. So for me it has changed, and it's just like I look at people and I'm like, dog, you got that much hate? Like you got that much hate in your heart because of the color of my skin, G.
Right.
Come
That I didn't decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we being truthful, you want to be me.
Yeah.
Like you like my women, you like the music I have, you like the clothes I wear, you like the way I talk, like you want to be me.
Right. Tito, I know you see it in your field.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, I'm old school, man. So the thing is, I remember I hate what's going on and the things that I keep hearing from this guy or whatever, right? And just looking at it from a professional standpoint, when it was announced that he was the president, I saw them look real relaxed, like now we can do what we need to do. The thing is that I feel black people as a whole, we don't recognize the power that we have. And we don't know how to truly monopolize that power. We don't know how to do it because we constantly hating on one another that keep us from allowing their plans to work.
Yeah.
So I was tripping one day and I was like, you know what? When they came out with the good old boys and they had the Confederate flags riding around on the big trucks and things of that nature, right?
Yeah.
I said, why don't we do the same thing? It kills, because that's what they want us to fear. It kills it. You can't fear that no more.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, they're about to take Juneteenth, but
Yeah, you can't fear that no more.
Right.
But my whole thing is when they started this whole D and out thing, right? My whole thing is the only reason why that came into place is because what we watched on national TV with George Floyd.
yeah.
That's the only reason why that came. And they oversaturated it. They made it, oh, we got to do this and we got to do that. Oh, everybody felt bad. Now we retracted. We retracted it because now we want to bring it back to normalcy. Yeah. This is the new normal. This was happening before the George Floyd.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But now we're seeing it, and social media is making it so broad, and they are coming out with it because now we're so desensitized to what's going on. That's how I feel about it.